The Allan-Oak Local Street Bikeway mirrors Quinpool Road east of Connaught. Running for a distance of about a kilometre, the bikeway provides a useful east-west connection for commuters heading to either the south end or downtown. In today's video, I'll showcase the Allan-Oak Bikeway in the outbound direction. As always, I'll be playing a game of +1, -2 along the way. Every time I encounter something that makes my trip safer or more convenient, I'll add a point. And every time I encounter something that makes it less safe or less convenient, I'll take away 2 points. You can keep track of how I think the trip is going by looking at the heads-up display in the bottom right-hand corner. First up, the east end of the bikeway has a direct connection to the Windsor Street painted bike lanes, which is really useful for commuters. Sharrows don't really do anything on their own, but I like them on bikeways because I think they're a good reminder for motorists to keep an eye out for bikes. The eastern section of the bikeway has relatively frequent speed bumps that slow down any cars. The widened shoulders prevent cars from making sharp turns on the bikeway. Allan-Oak has some more traffic than the other bikeways I've covered, but it's still pretty minimal and slow moving. It's nothing fancy, but the paving along the entire bikeway is pretty solid. The crossing at Oxford is for bikes only, so there shouldn't be a lot of through-fare traffic to deal with. In the event that traffic is really heavy when you're trying to cross Oxford, there is a button at the street level that you can press to activate a red light, which will stop traffic and allow you to cross. There isn't really any additional infrastructure past Oxford, but to be honest, traffic is pretty minimal, so fair enough. The entire bikeway is just really nice to pass through, though. There are just way too many stop signs along the bikeway for it to be an effective thoroughfare, compared to just going on a major road. The west end of the bikeway doesn't really go anywhere. On each side, you're boxed in by a busy street with no obvious crossing mechanism, so you end up waiting for quite a long time to cross. As a quick recap, the Allan-Oak Bikeway provides useful east-west connections that lead towards downtown. There are good connections on the east side of the bikeway, but on the west side there's really no connection to any other type of bike infrastructure. The biggest issue I tend to have with the bikeway is actually the number of stops that you have to make. Over the equivalent distance on Quinpool, which the bikeway mirrors, there are 0 actual forced stops, although you might have to stop at some lights. On the bikeway, there are actually 5 required stop signs, and so the bikeway functions by discouraging all traffic through fare as opposed to just motor vehicle traffic through fare, so bikes get penalized by that as well. That's it for this week's video. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.